Hey guys, welcome back to Aorus RVA. Got some music playing in the background, give me a second. Now I'm messing up my music list. Lovely. I've got a good one for you guys today. By a good one, I mean a real good one. Let me show you first. What do I have here? Does this look like an Asus Prime X370 Pro board? Well, yes it is. It really is an Asus X370 Prime Pro motherboard. Wait a minute. Oh crap. Oh crap. My CPU's been... No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. Due to a very kind and generous friend with another review company who shall remain nameless to protect his identity and what he does, I've got this. It is the x470 Aorus Ultra Gaming motherboard. Yes, we are going to go Ryzen 2 at some point. It will be a 2700X. I don't know when. I don't know how. Right at the moment, I really don't care. We're just going to go that route. With that being said, I just got done putting the board in the system. Time to overclock it. See if we can push it further. So, I hate to say this is going to be a different BIOS to deal with. I mean, that's the only screen I have hooked up right now. I mean, this is... The BIOS is a bit different, but if you can see the mouse here and see me moving my hand, Gigabyte, a little bit of improvement here. I've got my mouse DPI set to 2000. I mean, come on here. I'm having to do big motions to get big motions on here, where in fact, I can do normally a small motion like this on Windows. I can go big circles. So we are working on it, and this is going to be definitely a multi-part video. I've got no choice. Kind of how it is ish. So we'll be back with the overclock results for section 2. Alright guys, we are back for part 2 of this video. Running near... Actually, we started this test now at apparently I pocket dialed someone. Oh well. Anyway, where was I? Yes, running the test. Right now I'm running Prime 95. I don't know if you can see here, but all of the cores are just pinged right up at 99, 100%. Prime 95, I'm running the high temp test because when you overclock, you got to make sure it's done right. Because if you're going to use that speed and you're going to ping that processor up all the way doing video editing, gaming, and you have a chance of running this on all the cores, you know, that is the test you run. You run high temperature testing on it. Right now, we are running max fans. Everything's at the max right now. I actually had to put a fan facing at the VRM sitting right on top of the video card. Because the VRM MOSFETs hit 80 degrees, and that's pretty darn warm. So I placed a fan on there because there is no side paneling on this case. Just to kind of keep them cool and to go stable with the overclock. Basically, the way that I run an overclock test is by actually doing just this, because that way, if I need to cool something else down anywhere else, this board, I don't like the fact that Gigabyte doesn't offset to the voltage on the CPU. I wish that I could do more in regards to manually controlling everything like I can with the AC Sport. However, one thing I noticed already, and I did this without adjusting voltages or anything, just to see what I could push the CPU to for posting. I've already pushed it beyond 4 gigahertz. Now, whether or not this is going to remain stable in a setting like this, I don't know yet. Right now, the goal is to make sure it is stable at 3.9 on this board. Doing everything like that is sorry, family matter. Doing everything in the way that I've been doing it so far, the Gigabyte board is a learning curve. And I digress a lot here because it's 2:30 in the morning. Okay, I've only been off work since like 11:15-ish. So, doing all of this, I literally had to read this. I had to pull up an X370 overclock guide for the Gigabyte board, just to understand a couple of different things in relation to the board itself. And we've started really tweaking the voltages here. Now, the one reason why I'm putting the 1700X on an X470 is the memory support for the board got much better. The memory support for the 27 and second generation AMD Ryzen got better. The person that we got the board from, and yes, we did pay them for it. I was talking with them, and they did a review on the 2700X, and they overclocked it on the board. Now, that chip alone is a 105 watt TDP chip. The 1700X is only 95. So, I don't think I'm going to get this lucky, but I'm going to try and push this chip. I'm going to push it to where I can't push it no more and then back it off and it's stable. So far, we're good. So far, we're good. But let's see what happens. So, again, multi-part video. See you for the next part. Hey guys, it's been a month since this video started. I think it's been a little bit longer. Anyway, to finish this review off, it's got it down. And I'm glad this video has taken a month to even do. The reason being is about 24, 72 hours ago, we lost our overclock on this board. Now, the CPU's fine, it's overclocked again on the X370 Asus board that we started originally with that build. I don't know what happened. The only thing that I can think of is either we've developed a MOSFET issue here, underneath these heat sinks here, or we've just developed a voltage regulation issue, which would be an RMA on the board. However, because this is a paid-for review sample, you know, we can't do an RMA. So, overall, it's a solid board. It is. I'm sure that, you know, the board will overclock it another 1700X. You know, it's probably got something to do with the communication on the board and that CPU. I don't know. But every time we booted, after about a month and a half, a month at least, a boot loop, it kept failing to boot because of failed overclock settings. So we took it down to stock, tried bringing it up slowly, and it kept failing. So, overall, it's a solid board. I'm very happy with that board. I think Gigabyte really does need to work on, you know, instead of using offsets, go the route of what Asus has done. Here I am dropping stuff. I actually just got the system back together. Where was I? Ah, yes. Instead of running an offset voltage, guys, honestly, in my opinion, you know, you've got an Ultra Gaming board here, which I'm going to assume that you've designed it around an overclocker. And if you have, as an overclocker that overclocks in the BIOS, you know, I'm old school on it. I prefer overclocking in the BIOS because it keeps an overload from happening at OS time, and it gives you a chance to actually test the hardware to confirm stable, not stable to within reason. Then you go in the OS, then you test for full stability. You know, I know what my voltages need to be, and it would be nice to see Gigabyte do a bit of a change and go to manual number overclock on voltage. You know, manually controlling the voltage instead of offsetting to increase or decrease upon this value. I think if, and I'm not 100% certain at this point, I'm only speculating. You know, overall, experience-wise, I gotta give the board a 9 out of 10. I like the board. It's really nice. The features on it are there. They're really good features. However, I would like to see in the X470 line, and I have been looking, there are very few boards that hold, and this includes Asus 8 serial ATA ports. Now, I can understand if, you know, it's the like low-end line, okay? But the X370 Prime Pro board isn't a low-end board. It's just under the top of the line board. So I would say overall, the board in general, experience-wise, while I had a stable overclock, the software is a bit different. other than the AI suite, it's different. But it's a good different. You know, you can pull it up, maximize this thing into the whole screen, and you won't care. I think the thermal measurements, Gigabyte, need to be tweaked a little bit here. It's hard to tell. I don't have two of the 1700Xs to test in two different boards. Now, as for why we actually got the board, we got the board under these grounds. It was to test overclock. Can we push the 1700X farther than 3.9? Sorry guys, if you're gonna get an X470, and this is how I would do a build now. If the X470 was around and the refresh of the Ryzen was there, I would say get an X470, and if you don't have the money to get a 2700 or 2500 or 2300, then get a 17. You know, or one of the first generation families. They're really good boards overall. Now, the thing I actually loved about the Gigabyte, it's got two NVMe slots, and that's really nice. It's also got a heat spreader for that. Now, I think with a bit of rejiggering here, yes, I went there. You know, the CMOS battery can move somewhere else on the board. And then you could have had two full-size M.2 NVMe's in there. With a heat spreader. Come on, Gigabyte. I love your boards. I had one with my Q6600. I overclocked that thing beyond belief, but, you know, it's a want, kinda. Now, another thing I liked, and this is kind of a personal preference, I think, at this point. The RAM slots. Levers up here. All of them are levers. And down here, if you can see the angle, they're angled. They're there. Now they're straight. They're double side locking, and I like that. You know, it helps push the RAM stick out instead of, you know, pushing one side out and then fighting it out. Everything else is really good. Oh, the other thing I liked. It had a second USB 3.0 header. So I like that as well. But, you know, it's an X470 Aorus Ultra Gaming motherboard. It looks really nice. It is really nice. I think that the problem that I've ran into is with the CPU and the board specifically. And I'm not saying the X1700 over, there's, sorry, 1700X is a problem with the board. I just think it's my 1700X. So, look, get the board, try it out. Again, I don't like offsetting for overclock. I don't. Okay? I really don't. I don't like it. I like being able to physically control that voltage. And if I recall, Gigabyte used to be able to do that. And that board, I would expect that on. I would expect an offset voltage on their lower 470s, you know, below this thing, in the B line. I leave it up to you. But, as always, you know, like the video if you like it. Hate it if you hate it. Don't forget to subscribe. Come on, guys. I work for a living and do this. This is why it takes so long to... That's why it really actually took this long to do this video. Come on! But peace out. And we will see you next time. Hopefully with another review. Or maybe an update. Who knows? Peace out.